probably just a bad idea. I've got one more thing to show you guys. This time on SlickWorks, I'm going to show you guys how to make some adjustable seat mounting brackets for these racing seats. These, I'm sure most of you have probably seen them. They're a dime a dozen, they're cheap, they're lightweight, probably weighs 7 pounds, maybe 5 pounds. I picked up these seats for $100 for 2 of them, but I need some brackets, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to weld those up. First things first, the hardware that I got with them, I got two bolts in each, so I don't know if that's what they're running. So they fit in there, although at the base of this, you could see it was blocked off with plastic, but I found I have bigger hardware and they work. You just run them through until that plastic block off thing at the end of the threads, it'll just punch through. So whatever you can dig up out of your old bolt bin will work. Now, brackets. All right, well, it is 11 o'clock at night and I've just pulled this out of my scrap pile. So I have just enough for my 1, 2, and then the other seat, 3, 4 mounting brackets to go on the seat. This is a little short. It'll work, it'll work. And then tomorrow I have to pick up a chunk of square tubing that the outer diameter of this fits inside the inner diameter of the other square tubing for my rails that are going to be on the car side. Yeah. Okay, I got some steel in Genie that I need. Got these pieces all cut out and cleaned up. They look good, and I got 2 of them bolted onto the seat. So now, I just picked up my steel stock in Genie, and I just walked right back into the warehouse at Metal Mart. And that is precisely... Oh, you don't lose it in there. That's precisely what I was looking for. Yeah, so time to cut some lengths out of this. Well, I've had a long day and I'm pretty tired, and I've just made a rather silly mistake. You see, I cut this slot in here so that those slide right in, so I have some adjustability in the seat, right? So why the heck did I cut the wrong... Okay, it's a new day, so we're gonna try that again. Okay, and there we have it. Problem corrected. And there's my seat rail adjustability. So, okay, moving on. All right, guys, now we're making some progress. So all 4 of those cut out, and as you can see here, I've got it sitting on the bottom of the seat. So this is what I'm talking about here. So you see here, I have this this little knot, or that little mark where that shows where the end of the chair is, end of the seat. So that is where I'm gonna put my holes through the seat side. I guess you would call that the male side. So we're gonna have 3 settings. We're gonna have all the way back, and then we're gonna have normal. So this is gonna be the setting in the middle there. That's gonna be set for me. And then there's one all the way forward in case a short friend wants to drive my car, or my kids one day, which is what I'm really hoping for. All right guys, number 1 is done, besides the mounting plates to bolt it onto the floor, of course. I'll show you guys how this rail works. Okay, so as we know, this piece will be bolted to the seat itself, and then the rail will slip into there, and we have adjustment. So I got these pins that are gonna slide in. That's where it'll start, is right in the middle. So if I need to adjust the seat forward or backwards, we got a few inches forward and a few inches backwards, and that's pretty tight there. But yeah, so just reach under the seat, pull out the pins, you know, and then you want to adjust it forward, just slide it forward and stick it through that hole, like that. And then there you go. Someone shorter can now drive the drift car. But yeah, pretty cool, eh? Works for me, quick and easy. All right, so now I'm gonna make this piece times 4. And then we're gonna bolt this part onto the seat and then stick them in the car, and I'm gonna sit in it and see how the height is. Might have to trim this down, or it might be too short. We don't know. Hopefully it's not too short, but we're gonna find out. Neighbors are on the lawn again. Mama and baby. All right. Well. Oh, you know what? That is perfect right there. Yep, perfect height for the arm out the window too. These ones turned out pretty nice looking. The other ones, I'm not gonna show you. And one seat is done and ready to bolt in. The second seat has a weird little hump where the front mounts are, so I gotta cut a little bit more off the front, but I'm pretty stoked about tonight's progress. All right, now I'm gonna weld in a bar that goes from there to there, and then the same on the front, I think, just so that the seat can freely roll forward and backwards. Yeah, these are at a kind of a crazy angle, but that's the shape of the floor, so.
A few moments later.
Well, the seats are bolted in, guys. The seats are bolted in. I have seats in the car for the first time in like a year. So I'm gonna give the shop a real quick clean and then take the car for a little drive, make sure that the seats feel good. Yeah. Take a license plate for it. Alberta? Quebec? There. That one looks pretty clean. We'll stick that on the back, why not? There. Then the car will be plated, right? Sure. Well, test how the seat feels while driving. Well, this seat feels comfortable. Should we take it out on the highway? I mean, we really shouldn't take it out on the highway. We got no insurance or seat belts. It's probably just a bad idea. Brakes are good. Yeah, she rides all right. A little bouncy. I think it might be the old tires. Well, I would call Chucky's maiden voyage a great success. I think the back tires are a little hard and they've been sitting for a long time, so they're a little bouncy. But I've read online that old bias plies will round themselves out after a couple 100K, so we'll see about that. I've got one more thing to show you guys. Okay, are you ready for this? I picked these things up for $100 for both of them. My wife hates them, but I love them. You ready for this? Oh, baby. How groovy are those, eh? 50 bucks each. Paid $100 for the set. Wow. I think, yeah, I know they're not they're not that pretty, but I think, oh yeah. I think this is gonna be a heck of a lot more comfortable driving 10,000K than those hard plastic racing seats. I'm gonna take something else off my list before I leave the shop right now. Yeah, this is another thing on my to-do list to take care of, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that. Well, I started recording, but my phone camera was full apparently, but look at that. So much better. Clean, right? Well, that's a wrap for this episode. As always, if you guys found any entertainment or knowledge or whatever out of it, hit the subscribe button, I would appreciate that. Also, drop a thumbs up if you like the video. On the next episode,